I'm actually gonna do something different. It's sort of raining a little bit. I guess not too bad to skate, but honestly, I don't even feel like going out there. So I'm gonna do 100 kickflips, stationary, because it's more difficult and it requires more control. And I'll probably make this its own little video. So enjoy 100 kickflips, and then at the end, I'll put a little count of the percentage and the time and everything, and hopefully I get it before my phone dies. First Steve. So the reason I want to work on this is because it's going to require a really good catch, which is going to require a really good flip, which is going to require a really good pop. 7, 8, 9. That's another thing. Look at my board. You see how I'm way back in the heels? We gotta work on that. Because if you watch pros, man, their board does not move from here. All right, so we're 20 attempts in. Let's take a second and look at Felipe Mota's kickflips and just do a little bit of comparing and contrasting and see what we can learn from it. Let's start off with the setup. First, let's take a look at the shoulders. Take a second to notice how my lead shoulder is facing down at this downward angle while Felipe Mota's are parallel to each other. Ironically, you can see the inverse of this within our knees while mine are parallel to each other. His face that downwards angle at the back leg. Now, I'm not a betting man, shout out Sammy, but if I had to put some money on it, I would say it's probably due to either an instability or a misalignment within my hips. With the setup out of the way, let's take a second and look at video proof and see what differences we can spot between our pop and our flick. Wow, that second one really felt anticlimactic. But let's slow them down and take a look at them side by side. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. Let's go ahead and start with the pop. You'll notice that Felipe's left leg sits almost directly under his body. It's a very straight line, while mine looks to be outside of my body, almost behind me, and that lets him bring his front leg directly up. You also notice that the angle at which his board is during his pop is a lot more vertical than mine, letting him get that flick off directly out from his foot. Now, let's take a look at the motion that actually causes the kickflip. You'll notice that Felipe's foot is actually off the corner where you're supposed to flick, while mine is a little bit below and actually almost matches the concave of the nose, which I find kind of interesting. Not sure what causes that, but it results in a lot slower, less direct flick. Now we can go ahead and look at the catch, which has to be the most egregious picture I've ever seen of anyone on a skateboard. Just crazy. All jokes aside, you'll notice that Felipe's hips are really hinged. His chest is practically touching his knees, while mine are very much not doing that. You'll also notice that his board is angled downward, almost at the same angle as the transition he's about to land into, while mine is angled a bit rocket if you really look at it. And that probably just has to do with the initial setup where my hips weren't aligned the same way as his were, if that makes sense. All right, enough glazing though. Let's get back to the 89 other kickflips I still have to land incorrectly. I'm not gonna count that. 30, 31, 32, 33, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 59, 60, 61, 63. Alright, take that. Broken up. 64, 65, 68, 70, 76, 77, 8, 80, 81, 82, 85, 86, 87, that was 88, 89, 91, 92, 97,
only took 22 minutes. I really thought that was gonna take a lot longer, but that's 100 kickflips. So I'll do a little study as I'm editing and everything, and probably point out some stuff to you guys about where it's going wrong and what's the cause of that. So that's it. Hope y'all enjoyed the video.
All right, so I just finished editing. I went 105 for 105 out of 161, which is a 65%. I had to look it up. Was 65%. Not awful, right? And you guys probably realized that my count was off because I was counting out loud, but I was not correct. Because I feel like when I'm skating, I have a different standard for what I count as a land versus like when I'm editing. So, and like some of them, I'll just like, I didn't like that. Or I'll just lose count of where I was and I'll just repeat a number twice, 3 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm no mathematician. I'm a skateboarder, all right? But yeah, that's the end of the video. Shout out to Felipe Mota for non-consensually being a part of this video. Really appreciate you, my guy. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. I don't think in the entirety of my channel I have ever verbally asked for a like. So if you made it this far, please leave a like. Think about subscribing. I mean, you already made it this far to the video. Maybe leave a comment. All those things help. And yeah, I just want to say that because that part about Felipe Mota and that whole editing took me well over like an hour and a half to do. I'm very proud of it, but it took a long time, and it would just be nice to see that reflected within the analytics. Not that it really matters. But anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.